My name is Barbara Ramos, and I am originally from Mexico, and I'm a writer as well, actor, and I model.
Great. And what do you want to hold on to forever?
I guess definitely memories such as definitely I have a lot of childhood memories that I want to hold on to forever because that shaped me to the person that I am now.
When would you have liked a second chance?
Definitely, I don't know, I guess fixing up re- n- not I mean it's okay, nothing's perfect, but fixing up a relationship that I thought could have gone places and I knew I couldn't put in my work and my time, but I guess that knowing that there was potential.
Yeah. What challenges inspired your resilience and or what challenges inspired moments of creativity?
Oh, when I have very little in front of me and I don't know what to do, that's a challenge. And working with exactly very little of what you have, making something happen and making actually something happen good. So that's when the creativity comes in.
What are illusions in your life?
Hmm. Illusions. Um, I don't know. I guess the way that I'm taking this is an illusion of I guess I like thinking mixing my past with my future and not really dwelling on past but also making some like illusions that way of like past with future and being optimistic about it actually yeah.
That's great. What have you reassessed in your life and what did you decide to do differently?
Reassessed. That's a great one. So yeah, I am not good with time. I feel like I'm very I have noticed patterns where I take a lot of time in certain tasks and I know I have to reassess myself very disciplined and like as if I was in school, one task at a time and have a time for everything. So I definitely need to work on that. Yeah.
What deflates you and what gives you hope?
What deflates me, I definitely am disappointed by promises people say and I don't see anything happen. And then but what gives me hope is meeting or not meeting, actually being surprised by randomness of life that you weren't expecting. So that's like, okay, there you go. That gives me a lot of hope. Other people's surprises.
How have you evolved and how have you not evolved?
How have I evolved? I think I've evolved by spending time on my own. And I have not evolved, I think, because of that as well, which is kind of crazy. But no, 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 not a lot of time on my own. It's just I guess I've evolved by spending like knowing myself a lot. And I don't think I've evolved in not challenging myself to meet other kind of circles outside my own, I would say.
What do you wish you knew earlier in life and what have you learned now that you could never have learned at a younger age?
What have I learned? Hmm. Yeah, no, I feel like earlier in life I developed the I think more of a curiosity in other people. And that's what like I think I have to work on, right? Like on my day to day, because with so many responsibilities as an adult, we get caught up on that and we don't really think of like the other person's perspective because we're too focused on ours. But before, I would be more, I guess, I would be more aware of that.
What early life experience makes it difficult to see what is possible now?
Yeah. Again, like the responsibilities of that we face about being, I think, again, coming back to the adult part of life, that the child uh part of you fades away when you I feel like the subject of time comes in part because time moves quicker as you are more of an adult. So, yeah.
Cool. What do you, how do you seek certainty and how do you handle uncertainty?
How do you seek certainty? Yeah. Definitely you call your family. Like I feel like certainty is like where you are rooted, like where you root your where you're from, and you touch base with that. And then the uncertainty of things like and then what was the other one?
How do you handle uncertainty?
How do you handle uncertainty? Yeah, you go back to what you really enjoy doing and see what comes out from there, because once you are in an uncertain position, you have no control sometimes.
Yeah, that's the way to get back control, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Mhm.
What mistakes do you make over and over again?
Um, I'm one of those, like, I mean, not because I don't want to, but like I I think I genuinely want to meet other people and hang out with them, and I feel like I make the same mistake of um not not putting my effort to do it. Like it's maybe it's not a mistake, but it's I want to, but it's not, and I never have it in my schedule, and I know it's like, oh well, you said you would, you know.
Yeah. When do you take a metaphorical bow?
I was really okay, metaphorical. Do you mean like by what happens to me, like, what I observe, or?
So for me, my question gets it comes from like when do other people I'm a performer and after back performer. I'm used to a standing ovation. Like, oh, I did a great show and afterwards. But there's so many other times in life which I deserve a bow for what I do, but I don't get it. So I just bow even though there's no audience there. Such
No.
as like one was, yeah, something like this. So when is there a metaphorical bow in your life?
Yeah, no, no, no. Definitely when I complete all my tasks and that I promised myself I would do everything and I did it. And I was like, wow, I mean, I feel so good. Like it's literally like a performance.
It's funny.
Yeah.
What smell brings you back to a special moment in your past?
Hmm. Oh, wow, that's a good one. Hmm. Popcorn. Yeah. Yeah, just because we would go a lot to the movies, and like the feeling of going to the movie theater, like we're a movie family, and the smell of popcorn, like it's like, ooh, we're going to see a movie and we're gonna have fun. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So,
What problems do you have now that are the same problems you've had for your whole life?
oh yeah, I feel like I'm a bit of a like I feel like I have so much, it's like it's hard to get through me, I guess. Like I don't allow, for example, I would be a lot in like, no, I don't want to go and hang out with you. Like I'll be in my room. I think that's still a thing.
It's great. When have you encountered revisionist history?
A what? Sorry.
Like history for people are changing history for their own purposes.
Oh, I think I encourage them to read. I feel like since I know it's not a thing a lot anymore, I feel like I'm trying to encourage people to do it because I bring it a lot in my subjects and like about what I talk about and about who I am since I grow up with this. So I kind of want to like establish that in other people's lives.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
What story do you want to be remembered by?
No, yeah, I guess coming back to I think performing and the whole aspect of like the speaking, performing and being so imaginative with my whatever I choose to do, like being very like, oh, that's so random. Like she does so many random things, but they're so cool. Like I'm into that, you know? I feel like, but staying true to myself, like definitely not a people pleaser, just wanna be remembered by art, I guess. Just like whatever she sets her mind to, like she makes something good out of it.
That's going to be a great clip. That's good.
Oh, thank
Yeah, as I
you.
listen, I'm editing and thinking where I'm going to put it. And I'm thinking that
Yay.
part where you just said, I want to be remembered. I forget the words you said, but you previewed it. And then I want to be known by the art. Like I could see the build up to it. Like, and when I
No,
listen, I'm
it's
actually
like,
already editing. And I'm like, yes,
wow,
that's a beautiful clip there.
lovely. Yes,
So nice. Thank you.
amazing. Good to
When did
know.
you start needing outside input to validate your inner experience?
Outside input to validate inner experience. Hmm. Mhm. And is it bad input or good input?
Yeah,
Any
by the way.
input? No, yeah, I think hmm, knowing that knowing that the mistakes that I've made with like, oh, why are you finding yourself in this situation with several people, like several instances of like, yeah, for example, time and time for me like time being a little late to things and like finding myself in that situation with a couple of scenarios and I have m- found myself like you have to really like be more on top of your game. I don't know, like way more like literally treat yourself like a boss because yeah, I don't know, it's one of those
Perfect. That's
things
great.
like yeah.
That's great. When do you want consistency and when do you want variety?
I really want consistency and I guess um other people. Other people definitely want more of the consistency because I feel like there's a lot of slouchers out there. It's pretty common and I just want friends that I actually will rely on, and it's a consistent relationship, either friendship wise or romantic, but definitely that. And then what was the other?
When do you want variety?
Variety. Oh yeah. In the traveling aspect of life, just I love different locations. Yeah. I mean, for work, actually.
Cool. What depths have you descended to and how did you bounce back?
The depths that I've descended to. Hmm. I guess, I mean, yeah, in like depths of, I don't know exactly how to answer that.
No
Like,
problem. Pass the next one. No problem.
okay.
What is
The depths of, I think, over examining what I do, being like too, very like really over examining the actions that I take, and I'm like, no, bounce back by focusing on the other person, like so the over examining of scenarios and I guess myself.
Yeah. What decisions did you make in your life that served you in the past that no longer serve you?
Oh, yeah. Saying yes to many things. Like, and no, 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 that's not a good, you don't want to do that. Like, they don't serve you. You think you're getting ahead, you're not. You're just wasting your time.
Yeah. What tiny change had a major impact?
What tiny change, what? Sorry.
Had a major impact? Or what small change made like a big difference?
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Small change. Yeah, selling clothes. Like selling clothes or like just taking them out of the house, like changing the clothes, like but by getting them out and something happened. Yeah.
Cool. What wave took you for a ride?
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Onda?
Like that's metaphorical, right? How what
Yeah.
wait took you for a ride. Hmm.
I mean, it could be if it's literal too, that's fine. Did a wave.
Okay. No, no, no. What wave took me for a ride? Damn. Hmm. No, allowing myself to just no, not control a situation with an individual that I just had an encounter with, like not being like, no, but I have to be, out by this time. No, I allowed the situation to flow and no, I'll give you a ride. Okay, and then something happened. So,
What do you never want to forget, and what have you tried to forget?
oh, I would never want to forget the moment that I made the decision to move apartments where I was in, actually in Brooklyn. I made the decision. I never want to forget that like day, I guess, where I actually I was really wanting to leave and then I actually made it because I never thought it would happen and it was challenging. So it was like I felt like I never imagined the day would come. And then I would really want to forget actually coming back to that apartment, the like just scenarios where I felt like I was in such a dangerous position, So yeah, I want to forget those moments.
When has your inner experience eluded your understanding?
And I experienced a little bit. Um, inner experience. No, yeah, I think I listen to my body a lot. Like my body kind of speaks for me a lot, and it tells me what to do. So it tells me like sometimes like my experience of like your health, your well-being is the most important thing. And I keep telling myself like just keep going with the intuition, because that's gonna give you a better experience. Listen to what your body, if your body's tense, that's not gonna be a good sign for the experience.
Nobody's answered it that way before. It's super interesting. That's
Nice.
cool. Yeah. When has history repeated itself in your life?
Uh, hmm, I mean, that's good, but yeah, I think being too, mm, no, because I'm independent. I guess being too independent and then too independent, I guess, being very like figuring out on my own a lot in different parts of the world and like being too independent on it.
What are the footprints that show you what life was like during the years you don't remember?
What are the footprints that
Show you what life was like during the years you don't remember.
what are the footprints that showed you the what life was like? Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So helping other people out and seeing how when you put in your effort and your not effort, more like when you it's not all about us. It's not all about you. When you put in some love to something else, it'll come back in another way. You don't just expect things to come. That's the cycle of life. That's how it works.
When in your life did you hear your heart beat?
Wow. Yeah, that's a good. I heard my heartbeat um when I found myself reading out loud with a group of people, something that I was had been reading on my own for so long, and I felt like nobody was listening up till that moment where I was reading with other people that same thing.
When have you waited erroneously?
Waited a couple times, but no, uh, mm, like in a scenario or just for anything,
Anything you would like to answer?
anything. Yeah, I guess for something different to come about in like a professional field, I feel like I've put in so much effort like not lately, just in general, that the consistency of a professional not that I'm not a professional, but more like some input in some outtake in the input that I've been putting in a particular field.
When are you on emotional alert?
Emotional alert. Mm. No, yeah, whenever I find myself, I guess in a good way, I would say like alert in a good way, right? Uh,
Up to you the way you'd like to answer.
okay. Yeah, I think whenever I find myself like, damn, I want to meet this person or I want to see this person again. So I'm like, that's something else, you know. It's not just a conversation. It's could be like good, you know. Like pay attention to that.
You're the only person to answer it positively.
Wow. Love it.
I love it. It's great. For me, it's great when there's variety that way. I'm like, oh, I know.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's pretty
Well,
cool.
it's because we hear alert and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I love thank you.
Mhm.
What sound awakens your soul and what thought jolts you to action?
What sounds awakening soul? No, yeah. Oh my gosh, the chipping of birds. Like just when you feel mhm, like chipping of an odd bird there, like you never hear. and then take action, you said? Like,
What thought jolts you to action? What makes you move? What thought
oh,
makes you,
okay.
oh, I got to do something?
Uh-huh. What makes you move? What thought? Hmm. No, yeah, but I think um being no, not thought. There's so many, but seeing the amount of responsibilities that I have in front of me and knowing that I have it's a just move with it, but don't overthink it. It's kind of that thing like you have so much, but don't overthink it, just complete. That.
When do your unconscious intentions take over your conscious intentions?
Mhm. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. Unconscious. Um, yeah, whenever you like, hmm, um, I think the unconsciousness of things like again, over examining or just examining what I do, it's like unconscious. It's like you do it, don't. And then that's when I get take over. I'm like, why am I overthinking something that I just did? Like that's very unconscious. Like I just want to complete it and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like
The overconscious is the overthinking that
I
happens.
think so.
Overthinking happens unconsciously, and then you're
Yeah.
like, how did that come about, right?
Right. Yeah. It's very, I know it's like all mixed in, but no, no, no. Trust me. Like that's unconscious. You
You're not
just,
the only one who said that, but you actually said it better than other people. When
oh,
other
really?
people said it, yeah, I didn't understand what other people meant by it. So I was just like, but now I get what you mean. You
Yeah.
explained it when because it happens without thinking. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you overthinking happens without thinking. It's kind of like it doesn't. You have to. It breaks the wires
Oh,
of
shit. I
logic.
know
But
you're like,
actually, you
well,
made it.
no, but you're making me think so much.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome.
Mhm.
What would one day completely unrepressed look like to you?
And unrepressed, remind me again the meaning of.
Sure. Unrepressed, so like repressed is things that are like forced to not share. Unrepressed means I'm just gonna do it. Like complete freedom. And so what would one day completely free look like to you?
Hmm. When yeah, I'm just gonna go like that's, yeah. I think whenever I'm around nature, like I would say like whenever I find myself around trees or anything that doesn't have to do any like maybe some people here and there, but no, more of like focusing on like if anything, maybe like climbing up a tree, climbing up a going hiking, like you're just free, like one rock at a time kind of thing. Like you're free. I don't know if that's makes sense, but
Yeah, it's what I get it. Your expression of freedom would be just moving through nature and connecting to nature. Yeah, yeah, totally got it. What prevents you from being fully present, loving, and caring?
yeah, no, definitely cat like a very cat scenario, like fully present, like I mean, I know it's like people are even more. I guess dealing with animals, you are understanding more of like, what they're asking you because it's your responsibility. So I feel like I'm fully present, loving and caring whenever I'm in front of that situation, since it's like I know the cat will be in good hands if I take care of this, if I pet, whatever she needs or the cat needs, I will do it. But I mean, I can go in another subject too, but that's what came to mind.
Great, beautiful. This is three parts. What beliefs empower your life? Which beliefs are limiting? And what would you have to believe in order to achieve what you want to achieve?
Okay, let's start with the first one. So, um,
What, be-
what, I'm
yeah,
sorry?
what beliefs empower your life?
What beliefs empower your life? Knowing, having a knowingness that I am stronger than I think. And like that whatever the challenge presents in my day, my thoughts are going to overcome the challenge. That's a belief.
What beliefs are limiting?
Beliefs are limiting. Yeah, understanding that uh also as we, I guess, grow up. No, no, because there's actually we could get better at what we do, but limiting beliefs is that sometimes your past can drag you back, can drag you down, can just, yeah, like past things that like can be on the way, that's limiting.
And what would you have to believe in order to achieve something you haven't achieved already?
That you are in control of um making, knowing actually that you're in control to adjusting to a different, I guess, not being afraid to a different adjustment of how you deal with things. So, and knowing that if you do things a different way, things will happen. So, yeah,
What are you unlearning?
unlearning. Uh-huh. I am unlearning how to, hmm, I'm unlearning how to not be too dependent on other people.
When do your thoughts guide you in the wrong direction?
Hmm. Whenever I see something that really, yeah, I guess whenever I don't like I didn't like what I heard about someone about a scenario, and then I tell myself like, see, you suck, like things like that lead me to the wrong direction because of what the person did or said. And that's when I know my thoughts can make, I can be very dependent on what happened with what I was told.
Yeah. What are you unconsciously attracted to because you are not clear about what you really want?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Sometimes I'm not sure what city is the best for me, like living wise, because sometimes I'm attracted to a city and then I'm there and then it sucks and then there's a day that I like it but then I find myself in the same like yeah but it's not exciting. So I get a lot of that with cities.
Really?
Like different cities. Yeah. Like that I've lived, but
Yeah, that's a great answer. I love it. You have super unique answers. That's great.
thanks.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you.
No, yeah, I like the questions.
Thank you. What life lesson has yet to be learned?
Oh yeah, I guess life lessons, I think yet to be learned, knowing how to, I mean, I know it's not a lesson, but knowing how to, I mean, there's so many, but hmm, no, I guess knowing how to be in an actual, not that I haven't been, but in a really real, like actual relationship, like a long lasting one. Because we try, but no. I think it's also a lesson I have to learn.
What community wants you to shine?
I have a good feeling that the acting community wants me to shine, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's been doing a lot, but I know that the acting field wants me to shine and um or even I think even the philosophy community too. Like I think I have a good place in that.
You're connected to a philosophy community?
What?
Did you say a philosophy community? That's awesome. I want to hear so much about it. That's so cool. I'll
I
let that be, but like my brain's like, I want to hear more. Okay.
oh nice.
Um, if you could convince, sorry, you got me there. What, what will you be thinking about in your last moments of life?
um um hmm, I know, no. Actually my journal that I write in, like the handwritten journals. And probably my mom and dad. Yeah.
If you could convince everyone in the world of one thing, what would you convince them of?
Of one thing. Like, uh that hmm, I would convince them to mm, I mean about myself. Well, it doesn't matter, right? Like it's about convince wait, no, this is so a convincing thought just that you don't it's better to create than to worry because every time we worry we we kind of like I block the creation from happening and that thought or that I guess yeah that thought for me has really made me fix things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Being creative rather than negative means things started getting better when you started doing that. Is that right?
yeah, like convince that creativity it can make it can make it work. Like it's a good convincing thought, I would say.
Right. What growth is on the other side of your pain?
What growth is at the other side of my pain?
Yeah.
No, yeah, the what growth is at the other side of my pain is definitely seeing the other side of the coin, that I'm not the only one going through these things. It's not just um it's not just you who's going through a painful feeling or an unknown situation, that you are the only one experiencing this feeling or this sensation in the body, like, why am I so weird? Why do I feel a little weird? No, like, you see the other person and then you're like, no, actually, we're all human, you know? Like, we all got some issues in ourselves.
Cool. How can love be a verb?
How can love be a verb? Patience, or the waiting game of love, like, mm, I don't know if it's a verb though. Uh, no, no, no. I mean, it's literally the action of giving your time without expecting anything in return, you know?
Yeah,
Just that. Mhm.
beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Mhm.
What were you conditioned to do, positive or negative?
Oh, what were you conditioned to?
To do, positive or negative?
What were you conditioned to do, positive or negative? Oh. Like, wait, I don't understand that question.
Yeah. So for me, I was conditioned to be tough growing up. I grew up in Brooklyn. I was conditioned to be careful of others. I was conditioned to kind of a people pleaser. Yeah, I could go on, but
Oh, I see. Okay, no, I know. I was conditioned to pretend to be someone I was not, in back in my childhood, to pretend to, I guess other people had that same purse, like other friends had that purse, so I had to amp up my game and pretend I was in their level. And yeah, I guess blend in when I wasn't.
yeah. What moment, if it occurred slightly differently, would have significantly altered your life?
What moment, what? Oh,
Yeah, what moment, if it occurred slightly differently, would have significantly altered your life?
would have significantly altered your life. And altered, you mean in a, I well, it can be any way. The moment, hmm. No, the decision of moving a city, like having that freedom to really tell yourself, like, am I gonna go or not? Like, am I gonna, or even, yeah, making the decision of changing careers. Like, yeah.
What have you lost perspective about?
Yeah. Hmm. I've lost perspective in, I guess, in being understanding that I'm not attached to a place. So sometimes I lose the perspective of, like, where do I belong? Like, the belonging thought of, like, that perspective is like, it's not clear.
What adaptations helped you survive?
Yeah, the habits that I have, and the daily habits that I put myself into, um, which are very like they feel good and they feel like that's myself. That's me, like, and they take up most of my time, and I'm glad they do.
Great. That's very sweet. What are you looking for in the wrong place?
Mm. Mhm. In the wrong place. I'm looking for what am I looking for in the wrong place? Hmm. I mean, yeah, acceptance. Like just like knowing like okay, this is what I'm putting in and I'm looking for it and I don't feel I guess accepted.
I don't know. What
Mhm.
do you need to settle so you can die in peace?
Oh, what do you need to settle or where do you
What do you need to settle so you can die in peace?
okay. You need to settle so you can die in peace. Um, no, yeah, definitely stable relationships. Like settle that in, not just your family, find your other people, not just family, literally other people. Like that you want to seal deals with relationships.
Love it. What what was always there, but you could only see now?
What was always there, but you could always see now. Um, that no, yeah. Oh my God, there's so many things. I guess that yeah, I'm very that I mean, I've never really changed and I can only see now that every day I actually um like I can only see now that every day I'm doing exactly what I used to do before, but in different ways. And like I'm like, oh, I actually haven't changed. Like actions and um I mean in a good way I would say actions and like the creativity aspect of life, just profession.
What mystery do you want to know more about?
Uh yeah, the mystery of love. Like it's so weird. Like I don't love like I get intrigued by that subject and I don't sometimes I think I know and I'm like no I don't.
You have so many great clips. It's great. What habit would you like to make, and what habit do you want to break?
Gee, I want to make the habit or of hmm, okay, definitely want to break the habit of or I don't know what to start with. Like there's a lot of habits I want to make, but no, I want to make more of the habit of going to, I mean, I know it's so basic, but to different places every day, where I kind of like places as in like a coffee shop, a little lunch spot, like putting myself out there more and not every day, but make it a habit, like make it a like 3, 4 times per week we go to that coffee shop or that little same spot because you will see the same people and you that. And then break the habit of um hmm, break habits of I guess yeah, like mm, I know this is gonna sound so weird, but like just over cleaning, over like organizing, I'm very like that. So it's like, come on, like it'll get messed up later. Like you're wasting so much time in the over cleaning things. So yeah, it's good, but to an extent.
Yeah. What pain lingers and what pain have you let go?
Mm, what pain lingers? Yeah, I think. mm, Um, no, yeah, I think the pain that lingers is, for example, my mom like promising, or I think the pain of like wanting to not like not please, but more like keep the promises that I tell myself to myself, but also my mom, like that in specific, and then not being able to change things so much in her perspective. So I feel like, that's a pain. I'm like, I'm not there yet, like, so it's painful. And then what
Have you let go?
have, yeah, I think I'm really good with like the pain that, um, you know, uh, a breakup, like a very much like a breakup dependency too, that, it's like that person's so good for you, and then you don't see yourself out of that world, and then all of a sudden you invented a whole entire new life.
So we're close to the end. I just want first thank you. It's so many beautiful things you've said, and I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you sharing all that. And um, can you share what it was like to answer the questions?
It was okay. So it was very, I went back to a lot of memories and a lot of things about myself that I actually tapped into right now, and I feel very, it made me feel very enlightened and very in fact very optimistic about about who I am and what, I'm here for in this world.
Thank you so, so much.